Hey guys, thank you for tuning into my channel. So this is like the last video of 2016. Yeah, so this is month 6 post Big Chop, and unfortunately I don't have a hair update for you guys because I've been rocking these box braids as a protective style for the last 3 weeks. And so yeah. But anyhow, I kind of wanted to go back and revisit the Big Chop process, and I kind of wanted to offer some tips, advice, and just some things for people to consider if you're, thinking about doing the Big Chop anytime soon. I know some people may have it as like a New Year's resolution to Big Chop, go natural or something. So I wanted to offer, some things that now I've come across, I've noticed for myself and from others, that are some key things to just really consider before you Big Chop. If you're someone who is like carefree, who's open to change, who just isn't super attached to your hair, these things may not apply to you, because you won't be like shocked with the change. But for other people, for the rest of us, these are some things we need to consider. So first thing is, I think you really have to be like mentally prepared, like seriously mentally prepared to Big Chop. Like you really have to, think of all of the things that will come about once you Big Chop, as far as length, time for doing hair, products, and just so many things. So one of the things that I think people should really consider and before Big Chopping is, what you think your hair will look like once you Big Chop, because usually it probably isn't what you think it will be. For anyone, when we're planning to get a haircut, usually we go to our hair and be like, all right, so I want to cut right here, so my hair is going to be this long, right? So when you're Big Chopping and you're going from a perm to natural, or from heat damage to healthier hair, just know that when you think you're cutting your hair here, you think your hair is going to hang here, it's probably actually going to hang like right up here, because shrinkage be at us. It be at us. So yeah, that's something I think some people may not think about before they Big Chop, because they think since their heat damage or their perm has grown out, and their hair is like down here naturally. That's not necessarily how it's going to be, because once you cut off those ends that are weighing down your curls and you get rid of them, your curls will bounce up because they're refreshed, they're weightless, they're carefree, and they're going to probably shrink up, but they're going to be really pretty, but they're not going to be as long as you think they may be. So that's something to really think about before Big Chopping. Another thing is, if you're planning to go to a hair salon to get your Big Chop and not doing it on your own, always factor in at least 1 to 2 more inches of hair being cut off than you tell them to do. I've gone to the hair salon, I've probably ended up with a little bit more cut off than I actually asked for, and I'm just like, what? But I said I want it here. Why is it here? I said I want it here. Why is it here? Anyhow, yeah, so I think that's, whenever you go to the hair salon, just expect to come out a little bit more bald than what you thought you was going to come out. So, yeah, but I mean, it's a good thing too when you're going natural, because I'm pretty sure they're going to cut as much possible of your heat damage or perm relaxer texturizer off, so that you can be 100% natural, 99.9% natural. So I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to just get it completely out of the way. So yeah, that's something to factor in as well. If you're gonna Big Chop on your own and just chop, then you can control where you want to cut. If you want to leave a little bit of perm in on the end, low heat damage, just for the sake of length, and you're gonna clip away at it, then that's completely up to you. And some people like to do it that way. What's next? For me, like going from straight to like curly, straight and medium length hair, my hair's always been like beyond shoulder length straight, and going to curly and like not even touching my shoulders, I was like, what the heck did I do? Like, I am bald. And I had, first off, I originally planned to big chop on New Year's Eve of this year, and that is tomorrow. And I big chopped a whole 6 months ahead of that because I had just made up in my mind literally a week or two before I did it that I was just gonna big chop. I was like, let me just get this out the way. Transitioning just wasn't the greatest. So I was just like, forget it. I'm just gonna big chop. And after I did it, I still was like, I could put my hair in a ponytail. I was like, I can't put my hair in a ponytail. Like, I can't put my hair in a bun just to run outside. Like, I was just like, I'm gonna wear protective styles for the rest of the year until my hair gets long enough for me to wear it, how I want it to be. And a few weeks later, I scratched that whole idea. I fell in love with my curls. And that won't be everyone's experience. Some people are just gonna be like, heck no, I'm not wearing my hair until it gets to a certain length. And to each his own. But hopefully you do love your curls once you big chop, or a little bit, maybe a week or 2, 3 months later, you start to love it. Because it really is like nice to see your hair grow out and really see it get longer and bigger. And yeah, it's just been nice. Of course, I wish my hair was longer. But I've been enjoying the process, and it's good to, I don't know, I think it's good to really embrace that part, like that uncomfortable, like uncertain, unsure, slightly self-conscious part of cutting your hair off and watching it evolve. It's been really, I've enjoyed that part. Like I feel like my confidence and like self-esteem has increased because of that. Cause I'm like, yo, I thought that I only looked the prettiest when my hair was long and straight, but I still think I'm pretty when my hair is short and curly. Sometimes I look like little Annie, but hey, I love it. And it's just like really like an empowering, enriching experience if you do it. Another thing to consider before big chopping is maintenance. If you're coming from straight hair, like, flat ironing every 2 weeks or whatever, wrapping your hair every night, to being natural, you can scratch that whole once every 2 week routine, because you probably will have to wash your hair weekly, and it will take probably a long time. And you will have to trial and error so many products before you find what you like. But that's not the case for everyone. But for a lot of us, it takes us a while to, figure out what our hair really wants us to put in it, and to really love it, and to stay moisturized and stuff like that. So just consider that it really is a process getting to know your hair once you go natural. It's hard to say don't do it, because I do it too, but try not to compare your hair to other people on social media all the time. If you see that someone's hair grew from like here curly to like down here curly in 6 months, and you're like, oh, we got similar hair, I think that's gonna happen to me, and it don't happen to you, and you're gonna be like super pissed off, and you're gonna be like, why didn't I big chop my hair so I grow it? Try not to compare too much. Our hairs are so uniquely different, no matter how similar they may seem. What works for one person may not work for you. What works for you may not work for another person, and that's just the way it goes. You can watch certain people who you have similar hair, that you think you have similar hair to, or people that you just like watching for tips for your hair, and you can try them, but don't always bank on it working for you. You really just have to, like I said, trial and error is everything. And being natural. There's so many products that, we want to try. It's really expensive to be natural too, unless you can get by with just Cantu products, which are a little bit cheaper. But my hair is a Shea Moisture Girl. So, those products are always range at least $12 or more per product. So, and deep condition, just that joint be gone like I just bought this 3 washes ago, aka 3 weeks ago, and it's gone. So it's just a lot of things to consider before going natural. And just if you're going natural, there's so much help online for you. There are so many natural hair enthusiasts YouTubers on Instagram, Facebook that you can get help from, but just don't always put yourself in their shoes thinking that you're going to get their exact results, because that's not necessarily how it happens. If you do, then girl, kudos to you. Sometimes we do luck up and get really lucky in our hair journeys. But for a lot of us, it really is a process and a journey, and I just want people to know that it's not as easy as it seems, but the results always seem to come out really well when you put the effort and the work in and you care for your hair. It is not for the lazy or the weak to be natural. It is not. Especially if you want your hair to be healthy and long, you really got to put that work in and give your hair the tender love and care that it needs. I just want you guys to be prepared and really not regret doing it, and just try and embrace the process. And I feel like this is such an unorganized video, but it's just like coming off the brain. I was just thinking about this earlier when I was coming home from work. Like, I think I should give some advice or some tips to people, because I'm pretty sure some people are planning to big chop for the New Year's. And, you know, you have to really work yourself up to be like, you know what, I'm going to do this. And I may have to go through the struggle of being self-conscious or whatever for a few weeks, a few months before I really, like, embrace it and accept it and love it. But you will get there. Like, if you want to get there, you will get there. So I will see you guys next year. Bye. Kicking back and I'm tired. I'm chilling. I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm tired. I'm chilling. I'm good.